retractable hard tonneau cover on this 2020 F-150. It's a simple install, takes less than 30 minutes, only requires the use of 2 tools, a Phillips head screwdriver and a 7/16 socket. Let's go ahead and get to it, and I'll show you how it's done. Now, the installation of this cover is going to be very similar no matter what year, make, or model truck you have. So following along, everything for the most part is going to be the same. There may be minor differences depending on the year, make, and model, but overall, this video is going to help you install your cover at the house. The first thing I'm going to do is get the canister and get it in the bed of the truck. We'll situate it in its place. Next, we'll install the rails, and finally, the cover onto the canister. All right, so I've got the canister in the bed. The first thing we're gonna do is you'll reach in here, and the pull strap is Velcroed into the canister just for shipping. You're gonna take that out, get it out of the way. Now we'll pick the canister up and set it in place. All right, you're gonna wanna make sure that the canister is centered in the bed and pushed all the way up against the bulkhead. With the canister centered and in place, we're gonna go ahead and install the drain tubes as well as our foam bulkhead seal across the top of the bulkhead. So we'll get our drain tubes out. They snap into place on the bottom of the canister, and then we're gonna route those through the grommets on the bed of the truck. And our bulkhead seal simply sticks in place with double-sided tape. All right, now I've went ahead and cleaned the bulkhead off with alcohol, so make sure that this sticks. And we'll just peel off the backing and install it across this back edge. We've got a little more than we need, so I'll just take a knife and cut that excess off. All right, I'm gonna tilt the canister up so you can see exactly where the drain tubes install on the bottom. They simply snap into place. On each side, you've got a hole, and it's indexed. So you're gonna line the notches up with the indents, compress the foam, and twist. And repeat that step on the other side, and then we will route the hoses through the grommets. All right, with the second drain tube installed, I went ahead and routed it through an existing hole under the rough country bed mat. That way we don't have to worry about water accumulating in the bed. It's gonna go down the drain tube and out onto the ground. All right, now we're getting ready to install the rails, but before we do, we're gonna go ahead and prep the rails. If you look under the cover for the canister, we've got the seal sweep lubricant taped there, and open that up. And we're just gonna take it and coat the inside of the seal, top and bottom, on both of the rails before we install them. And if you look at the rail, the side that goes to the tailgate is going to be enclosed like this, and the side that goes to the canister is going to be open. There's also a protective backing. It's not sticky, but it's a protective backing for the foam. We'll go ahead and remove that. I'm going to set the rail in place. Pick up the cover itself, make sure it goes into the channel, and then slide the rail all the way up. Just like that. All right, I've pulled the rail back off so you can actually see there's a notch machined into this rail here, and that's going to accept our bracket. It drops in right there, and you're going to slide it forward. And also, if you'll look here and here, we've got some shims to fine-tune the placement of the rail, we actually include additional shims. That's what these white things are. So if you get the cover installed and you feel like there's too much side-to-side movement, you'll pull the rail back off, add an additional shim on top of the existing shim, reinstall it, and then check for fitment. With our rail in place, we're going to attach the rail to the canister using the 7/16 bolt supplied, a lock washer and a flat washer. Just got to go up there in the hole to center the canister into the rail and secure it. All right, now we have our clamp together. To ease installation, we supply twist knobs instead of just a bolt. So you don't even need to have a tool. You're gonna take the twist knob, use a lock washer and a flat washer, go through the outer portion of the bracket, go through the inner portion of the bracket, and tighten it down. We're going to get it started with the inner portion of the bracket in this position and rotate it up and then snug it down. One of the last steps in installing the rails is going to be to install these kickstands. They install on the bottom of the bracket through this hole, and what they're going to allow us to do is to fine-tune the level of the rail and also just add additional support. So we'll go ahead and get those installed with the supplied lock washer, flat washer, and wing nut. All right, once we've got that tightened down, we'll use the knob on the kickstand, and as we tighten, what that's going to do is put pressure on the inside of the bed and roll this rail up. We'll wait until we've got both rails on. We'll check the cover to make sure it rolls in nice and smooth. If we feel like it's binding at all, we can use the kickstands to fine-tune the position of the rail and make sure that it's perfect. All right, now I'm going to repeat those steps on the passenger side, get that rail installed. Then the only thing we'll have left is to put the cover on the canister itself. All right, with the canister in place and both rails installed, one of the last steps is going to be to put the cover on the canister itself. We're going to simply set it in place, line the holes up, and attach it with the supplied Phillips head screws. All right, with the cover, you're going to want to make sure that you put the rubber seal toward the cab and the brushed sweep toward the tailgate. We're going to line the holes up, install the screws loose until we get them all installed, and then we'll tighten them down. All right, now that I've got the cover for the canister installed, we'll test the rollout movement, make sure nothing's binding, make sure it's smooth and retracts nice. Once we're done with that, the only thing left is going to be to install our Velcro so we make sure we have access to our strap. I'll go ahead and give it a pull. The movement feels good. There's no excessive side-to-side movement, which I like. The cover looks great. I'm going to go ahead and unlock it. Push it forward, It retracts nice, no effort whatsoever. I'm happy with that install. We'll go ahead and finalize it. All right, so to make sure that whenever we drop the tailgate, we've got our strap right here and we don't have to hunt around or reach up into the bed, we've got a couple of options. We supply a piece of Velcro that's designed to go right here under the lip so you can attach the strap and always know where it is. Another thing people like to do is most trucks have tie downs toward the back. This is actually designed to Velcro to itself and make a handle. So if you want, you can just run it through the tie down and attach it back to itself. That way, you know where the strap is. You can roll the cover out, close the tailgate, and be good to go. We're gonna go ahead and install the Velcro. That way the owner has the option of attaching it to the tie down or Velcroing it to the strip. I love that. Put it right here. Now, secured up and out of the way. And that's all there is to installing the Rough Country Retractable Hard Tonneau Cover. If you're into a more sleek look without compromising styling or security, this may be your new bed.